The second half of Dark Signers has arrived, and I'm so excited because of the ending. Just when you see the ending, when you see how Zero Reverse has happened, I hope none of you are disappointed. I hope all of you are shocked. I hope you all love it. But first, we are on to some lore and then to some amazing duels. Let's go. We only have 30 this time. Serenity, Spider Monkey did not want to participate this time. Um, Now, this is the first tournament we have a new rule in effect. You cannot use both Raigeki and Mirror Force anymore in any of these What If series tournaments. You can only use one or the other, and that's how it will go. As per popular vote, that's what they got. So, Dark Signer Mai is the current queen of games, has beaten down every hero she has crossed paths with. However, they are starting to annoy the current queen. Time to end this, my harpies. Alright, hun, let's end this. Next up, Dark Signer Tristan, who I'm showing his face here because I haven't shown him yet. He's one of the ones I haven't shown. The Dark Signers needed a slot to fill. So they found my boy Tristan. He had died after being smacked by Reaper of the Cards at some point. That's his whole lore. Dark Signer Joey. When Zero Reverse happened, he was with Mai. They both, along with half the population, were immediately wiped out in a second. Obviously, they were revived by the leader of the Dark Signers. He is revived and is only caring about one thing, beating down Justice to oblivion. Sorry, Justice. You and Joey are fated to duel. Dark Signer Solomon. Because in this, he's not known as Grandpa Moto. He's just known as Solomon. Dark Signer Solomon. The leader of the Dark Signers. Had a little bit of a revelation whenever Zero Reverse happened, and thought it would be a good idea to wipe out half the population. Well, thank you. Yeah. So there's more to the story, but I can't tell you till the ending because it'll ruin it. But here he is in all his glory. Anyway, let me finish what he figures. His plan has been interrupted long enough. He will show them the true power of the immortals with the final Earthbound immortal, Exodia. That's right, Exodia will be the final Earthbound immortal. Not this ridiculous stuff with the Red Dragon Archfiend one, the Crimson Nova or whatever his name is, the Crimson Demon or whichever. Anyway, I'm making it Exodia in this lore. Exodia is the final Earthbound immortal. Now, specifically Incarnate. Now, his deck sucks. Do not expect him to make it far. I don't expect him to make it. This is before the tournament. I don't know. But I don't expect him to make it far. However, I do think he can maybe steal one duel. But that's why I didn't put him in part one, because I knew he would get smacked. But I have to put him in now. So there he is. AT, my own insert, has returned. Arrived late due to still sulking about BLS, because that's the last tournament he's been in. Brought backup with him, like half the Robo City, in case he can't handle the cult on his own. He surely can't. I mean, no one could in part one. Machine Queen Graham. AT's granny returns to assert machine dominance over this cult. Quotation marks. If the heroes succeed, then she has a right to lobby for immediate resources to her beloved Robo City. Now, she wasn't going to help at first. Her grandson just told her to come along. He didn't tell her why. But when she brought herself and her army, she was like, oh, I'm not doing this. And then he's like, well, Graham, maybe you can lobby to get something special from the city there. She's like, oh, I'm all in, sweetie. All right, Graham, let's go. Next up is Lego's 6. Officer Wade. Wade has been successfully protecting people around the slums and city, and feels he has enough power left to stay in the fight. His deck has been mostly successful, but he knows it was his fault Mai was left standing last time. Yeah, he smacked down everyone else, though, other than her. Wade feels it was a miracle he was even left alive. And his baby, what about his baby? Is his baby alive? And hopes he can make things right here by being part of the final push against the Dark Signers. Zachary Adachi, a guy who is in suspicion as well for causing Zero Reverse. We reference this all the way back in old school. Zachary may be the heir to the Adachi clan, but that's not why he was here. That's not why he was here, yes. Even if his dueling performances have been gradually getting better over time, he was called here by Martin because of his expert. What is wrong with me? Excuse me, I'm sorry, Lego. He was called here by Martin because of his part in Zero Reverse. That's right, and now Martin is dead, so we can't get any more dang info out of him. And by extension, the creation of the Dark Signers. Zachary feels no guilt for this, as he was only ever concerned with strengthening his clan's reputation and power. And he succeeded in it. He's decided to abandon the synchro parts of his deck in order to focus more on the dark worlds. Smart choice. He saw Truman, didn't he? He saw Truman in action. He gave the cards he decided he didn't want to keep to some random girl serving the Adachi clan. Sasha Volkov, the skill drain user. Sasha had no idea of Zachary's involvement in Zero Reverse until now, and can't help but feel it change her view of them. Sure, as a Yakuza heir, he's done plenty of morally bad things before, but this is on a whole different level, that's right. The number of lives taken in that event were so high, they haven't even received a toll yet. Oh my god. That is, the way you described it was scary. And likely will never have a complete estimate. Yeah, because they wiped out the tollers. No statisticians are still alive. They're all dead. They were wiped out by the Zero Reverse. Wish I could talk. Okay. Sasha finds herself fighting to protect Zachary like always, as she fears the Darksiders may want to have a word with him. Well, yeah, they do. Grandpa Moto did have a little bit of a, he says he had the idea of Zero Reverse, but at the same time, he says he doesn't tell his followers this, so his followers don't know. His followers don't know that he's the reason they died. They died because of him. So, obviously I spoiled one thing there, but it's not really spoiling if we're at the tournament. But there is one big reveal at the end I'm not going to spoil. That I've been setting up since the very beginning of 5Ds. The very start. Actually, I set it up in Promation. We were in the middle of Promation and I had set it up then. True story. But we'll get to that. Okay. Diana Gray, the former Queen of Games, could be Queen of Games again right now. Diana felt her confidence take a major hit after losing her title so easily. After fighting so hard in Fortune Cup to protect her loved ones, she loses before she even saw a Dark Signer one-on-one. It made her feel horrible. Like she may as well just give up again and stay out of things. After all, Justice or one of the others would probably save the day anyway. However, as Diana moped, she found herself being given a pep talk by Andy. Let's go, is that Andy Everett's? One that convinced Diana not to give up again and keep trying. After all, she's been part of so many other conflicts before. And even though she always lost, she never gave up on trying to help the people she cared about. So why would she stop now? Exactly. I would never stop. Cash, let's go. Cash's second tournament. Cash is hesitant to be involved in this, as he's been observing the Dark Signers enough to know their general power level, which is way above his head. He doesn't think he'd be able to defeat any of them. Correct. At least he's smart. Well, besides, maybe the one with the spiky hair and dumb-looking face. Oh. However, that isn't what Cash is after here. He's hoping to lay low during the conflict and swoop in to get himself the Master of Faster title, while all the good duelists are tiring themselves out against each other. Smart? He's a genius. Andy Everett's. Have not seen her in a long time. But, let's go. Andy was called to the meeting by Martin, thanks to her role within the Blast Brigade, and talent as a promising young duelist. She's hoping to get to punch these dark signers in their faces, and was chasing after the one with the stupid-looking face when she stopped and noticed Diana looking upset. After hearing Diana's worries about her failure and her considering just giving up, Andy refused to allow her to accept that. Andy knows that Diana is a determined person who has the will to protect her family and isn't going to let her lose that drive. Andy helps her up and shows her there's still plenty of chances to keep fighting. Next new character, and one of the first of Mitchell's 6, Esperanza, a magical girl from Legerdemain who became the patron saint of the Girl Scouts, basically a glorified mascot for them. After Mint Uriel found an old spell book in the Gabriel house in Liaison City, and then Karen Burcham read aloud a spell from it. This opened a portal to Legerdemain, the world said to be the birthplace of magic, and Esperanza came through it. She offered, well, it's not the birthplace of magic. We haven't officially even said where magic comes from. I would say the spirit world to start off, because that's been in the lore the whole time. It's not going to be, but I understand you have your own lore, but it cannot affect other people's lore. This Legerdemain is not God over the rest of the lore. That's the problem when we conflict lores here. So it can be a place where magic resides. It cannot be a place where magic originated. Just to clarify that and clear it up. The world said to be not the birthplace of magic, but a place of magic, and Esperanza came through it. She offered to train the Girl Scouts to become magical girls. Not every Girl Scout was interested, but several were. So they made Esperanza their patron saint. As a duelist, Esperanza uses a magical girl deck, full of cutesy spellcaster and psychic monsters. She now has returned from Legerdemain to face the Dark Signers in order to protect the Girl Scouts. Karen Burcham, have not seen her in ages, since early GX or mid GX. I think Karen is one of the Girl Scouts interested in the whole magical girl thing. The reason she read from the spellbook in the first place is because she's fascinated by magic. When Esperanza flies off to fight the Dark Signers, Karen chases after her. If anything happens to Esperanza, Karen feels like it'd be her fault because she was the one who read the spell that brought Esperanza to Earth in the first place. Next new character. This girl, before we get, her name's Tiamat Hearts. It's just Tiamat, except looks like cosplay mode in Kingdom Hearts version. This girl, I didn't say anything to Mitchell, but he'll find out with this. This girl took the idea I had for a very important character that I have. Extremely important OC I have. They use this deck, and it's my own fault because I didn't look enough into the deck. I just was doing things, and I got the correct cards in there, but I didn't look enough until later, and I saw what deck they had. They're using the deck I plan to use for a very important character later. Dang it. I should have reacted better, but it's fine. Tiamat Hearts. They're still going to use the deck, so there'll just have to be multiple people with it. Esperanza and Karen came across Tiamat while looking for the Dark Signers, and she told them about She told them that Melvin defeated one of them, but then she lost sight of him. Tiamat is exhausted after her own battle with one, so Esperanza restores her energy, and then asks for Tiamat's help. She offers to make Tiamat a magical girl. Karen stated she isn't ready yet to become one, and Tiamat accepts the offer. Esperanza then manifests a device resembling a cross between a sword and a giant key into Tiamat's hands. She explains to Tiamat that she can use this keyblade to seal away the forces of darkness threatening the world. Whoa, that is way too strong. Gripping her keyblade, Tiamat transforms into Tiamat Hearts, and Esperanza then powers up her deck as well. Wisteria returns, the one who was almost Queen of Games at the end of GX. After dealing with some low-level peons that the Dark Signers spawned, just the followers? Wisteria goes looking for her husband. She learns that Michael never got to fight a Dark Signer, as she got caught up in all the other commotion. As he got caught up in all the other commotion. Well, he just lost to someone else. Wisteria resolves to finish what her husband started and finish the Dark Signers. She's also a bit shocked to see a girl resembling Tiamat flying around and trying to stab various Dark Signers with a big key sword thing. That is terrifying indeed. VP Jerry Powers returns. The Vice President is here again, for some reason. The forces of URIA continue to fight the Dark Signers. Jerry runs into the fray after Wisteria and is glad to see that Michael is alright. He notices that some magical girls have joined the fray as well. Things just got a lot more interesting. Jerry decides to fight a few Dark Signers himself, not wanting to miss out on all the fun. Just do your spin, flip, crazy kicks, Jerry. You'll be good. Michael Uriel, Mitchell's OC. Michael spots some magical girls flying around, including one that resembles Tiamat, and then as Wisteria approaches him, Michael ensures her that he is okay. Jerry catches up to them and ensures them that Alice and Pearl are safe at URIA headquarters. Angela briefly appears and hugs Melvin after hearing he defeated a Dark Signer, and the two of them walk away from the battlefield together. Michael, Wisteria, and Jerry decide it is time to finish off the Dark Signers, so everyone can once again be happy, as Melvin and Angela are right now. Spike. We are on to the 6 of Nightshroud. Spike was right to worry when things blew up with the Dark Signers striking, and now is going to take the chaos to the actual city. He didn't know where Rarity and Moon went, but managed to get back with the others after a duel got interrupted by an Earthbound Immortal trashing the area. Which one was it, I wonder? He misses his future fusion strat, and the AI yeeted it, and wishes he could try this new strat he got with it. But now, he's got to try to focus more and ride on with Smolder. He's feeling such different darkness looming around. This is gonna be a doozy. Christopher Shadow. Oh wait, let me go back. Dark Signer Grandpa, there you go. After confronting Octavia more, he seems to have found out quite a bit about her. Seems like Octavia has a lot of issues. But now, other than the way she looks, but now things got really hairy for everyone as the Dark Signers got back up and gonna drag the main city into the chaos. So Chris and Spike's friends are riding down in his truck as they speed towards the city where the Dark Signers are now wreaking more havoc. Though his truck accidentally hit Weevil and probably a couple of other Dark Signers and sent them flying. Well, how can you miss Panic? He's like, but you can't even move Panic. He's like 5 dudes put together. Nice try. Plus, he wants his Bel Grande. He's a Taco Bell right now, okay? While the other Dark Signers are doing the hard work. I need my Bel Grande, okay? And those unlucky Dark Signers who aren't in this tourney are still flying from that hit. Lol. Though he hopes he can cheer Diana up. He really did not mean to mess up her confidence like that in the duel. Well, you did, okay? We just went through that whole lore. No, it's all good. You're all friends, and now if it was a dark signer doing it, it's different. Smolder began acting a little strange after the skeleton knight attack. Acting a bit more aggressive, and one can even sense something dark. She made some changes to her deck in hopes of pummeling her foes more, and I like the changes you made, by the way, Night's Realm. She begins to sense something. Did the fight with Cinder woke something up within her? Can she harness it? She even spooked a couple of dark signers last time in the background. But now that she sees a certain dragoness is barging in during the mess in the city, Smolder wants some answers. The city and the people just can't catch a break. Cinder, the former follower of Skeleton Knight. As the dark signers begin wreaking havoc on the city, this dark miasma begins to floweth in and in its interference with them. Cinder has been sent by the Skeleton Knight to make things a pain for both sides. Skeleton Knight's still alive? I thought he died after that. Okay, well, whatever, he's still alive. A clash of duality. Much to the Dark Signers' annoyance, they are getting upstage interfered again. Well, they're not getting upstage. No one's upstaging the Dark Signers right now. They're number one. But if that's what they think, Smolder, well, I'm sorry, but by different enemies barging in. Smolder wants answers on what the heck is going on and what did Cinder mean about her and Spike. The flames of the netherworld are burning and clashing with the dark miasma. The battle is going to get knocked out of whack for both sides. Centurion Lich, my boy, returning. He just got his other daily loss to Novo again, but he's back. I think third loss to Novo. The dead never stay asleep. And as the dark signers walk amongst the dead, they have seen nothing yet, as this Lich has returned once more. Darkness has plans. Dude, Darkness and Night Rider are still alive. Skeleton Knight are still alive? Jeez. Like flowing water, as the dark signers. Foolishness wounded the world. The wounds let darkness seep in. This sounds like a monologue from Season 4. Now Centurion Lich has stepped back in. But what is he and others are what is he and the others planning this time? Okay, that makes much more sense. Is he seeking the Earthbound Immortal cards? His deck has not changed yet, but Lich wants to see what still sticks and what to adapt later. I like him. He's like a Bakura type villain, like hanging around until the last possible second. That and totally not because he was too busy with stuff. Of course, that was not the... Yeah. Makora was always busy too. It makes sense. Lich. Octavia. Octavia has made her intents known. She seems to be seeking the Earthbound Immortal cards, but for what purposes? Even with a meeting with Mai, what Octavia told her had the Dark Signer shaken up, just when Octavia left her. Gee, a bird demon girl with dark powers telling you they will make a special god card of yours from your broken ash remains is something you never expect in hearing. Wow, that was a mouthful sentence. Especially with backing up that threat. That and poor Mai and Kaiba got out-emoed by her. Lol, though Octavia is getting annoyed by this one dragon-loving person who keeps bumping into her. Especially when he somehow keeps getting her to spill a bit more and more of her life. What's this guy? What is with this guy? Who is this guy? And now we have Jammy Jam 6. And they're short and sweet. Justice, his OC. Justice was surprised to learn that people he once knew were dark signers, including Joey. And he knows that this time he must not lose to him if they even duel. No matter what, we'll let the games begin. Sorry. He can't let him beat him again. Again. Please, not again. We'll let the best man win, no matter what. We're in this together, no matter what. Sorry, I need to drink of water. We'll be friends forever, no matter what. Yeah. Let's duel. Angelica was hoping to finally have a break, but of course not. Of course she can't have a break. She specifically has a problem with Mai. She's more of a pain than normal, and she's a total jerk. Well, yeah. Get good, hun. And she's hanging with a geezer. Bleh. It's not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter, Jimmy. Also, Serenity, both of you were saying this. She's gonna put her in her place. And now this is lore combined for these three girls. Samantha, Rosaria, and Lily. Samantha and Rosaria and Lily were told to come help fight the Dark Signers, while the other Night Girls helped protect citizens. Poor Juno. They were seen as too weak, apparently. Jordan returned in with a slightly changed deck. Justice spent some time with Jordan, helping her build a deck, since she really wanted to help. She has full faith in the new deck and will do anything to help her friends and family. And that is all 30 characters. I will tell you, I've already spoiled one secret. Grandpa has lied to the Darksiders, of course. He has something to do with the origin of the Zero Reverse event, but he did not outright cause it. Now, Zachary and him, all I can say, were present during the event. They were present. Also, Martin was present during the event. There were 3 other people other than what we don't know were at the event. So take that what you will, and you will find out the conclusion, the solution, the answer in the ending. But first, let's watch these 30 characters in a bloodbath style tournament. Isn't that great? Hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Channel's name's Animanga. See you for the tournament. Bye.